An Amergin introduces himself to the land and says, "I am a stag of 7 tines. I'm a flood across a plain. I'm a wind on a deep lake." We start today's discussion with what the Oxford Junior Dictionary people did in 2007. They removed acorn, an adder, alehouse, bluebell, brook, buttercup, catkin, cauliflower, chestnut, clover, colt, cowslip, crocus, dandelion, fern, goldfish, grey seal, hare, hazel, heron, heather, kingfisher, lark, leopard, lobster, magpie, minnow, moss, mussel, newt, otter, ox, oyster and panther and pigsty and raven, starling and rook, stork, trout and wren. They replaced them with analog and attachment and blog, block graph, bullet point, bungee jumping, celebrity, chat room, citizen, cut and paste, database, donate, endangered, and a few more, but I don't want to bore you. But why? As someone said, children don't go outside much anymore, and we'd run out of room if we didn't kill off certain words every now and then. And this is part nth to understanding both the perennial and existential threat to children's joy and experience of being themselves, into hopefully deep and rugged aging, an animist freedom, truly the only gift some of us have to give. And I'll get to the Song of Amergin and how the understanding has been twisted in a little while, and how we can claim freedom from following the wisdom of what's said. But let's continue. Oh, the candles are for the ambience, by the way. You know the electric lights are on. But the fair folk have indicated it's okay, just for today, and perhaps when I do stories at other times. There's a reason I tell of this, because they are angered by pretension and recognize it every time. They're called by some jinn, by others the Latin term genus loci, by others other things, without deep understanding of connection. Gods or spirit, or demons even. But that's just because we, as a vocal species, imagine we can control by naming. Now, a noun pushes the unknown into categories, but I do caution you, the fair folk have none, and they're bearing down on all of us because they are not seeing, other than cyclone or avalanche or power outage, corralling us under pressure of an expected season. The destruction makes those narcissistic destroyers of earth, the seducer of souls, to tremble and yet still puff up and try to wow us with their gold architraves and gilded thrones when it is their destiny to be food, when it's their season to die. They rot and compost and feed incalculable numbers of others. As funny and perverse as it is, merging with the very soil they think doesn't exist or is irrelevant, and don't react while in fruit to her demands to stop. Stupidity is terrible. And that's part 1. Part 2 is the explanation of the misunderstanding and distinction between animist respect and reciprocity, and, well, boasting about self as though we are not entirely ecosystems. Now, being a lot Irish, I understand prejudice of a conquered. To command insult is a rule of law, as does every oppressed people in every ecosystem and ancestry. But I've read that some fool put it out that the druid named Amergin, who introduced the modern Irish to the Tuatha Danann, land to land, was egotistical, as though each priest and president were not, and is also perennially called a he, when nobody knows, and we don't care except we know how this does such divisive work, what their gender is. Because we were equals under Braille law, so someone's making a statement without proof, putting on Wikipedia. Whoever slandered the narrator doesn't understand the knowledge that we are these places, that we are born, live, and are destined to be the loam and stone supporting the ancient wildwood of which we are the fruit, and that to neglect a rich introduction is to insult the land we now walk upon with shallow and polluted water. So this is what was said, and this is an interpretation. It's not in Irish. I'll get to that, and it'll be down in the description box below. Amergin, supposedly, here goes the story, turned up on a boat with the sons of Mill, that's the wording, and battled with the Tuatha Danann, and the Tuatha Danann go into the underworld, whatever that is, and Amergin introduces himself to the land and says, I am a stag of 7 tines. I'm a flood across a plain. I'm a wind on a deep lake. I am a tear the sun lets fall. I am a hawk above the cliff. I am a thorn beneath the nail. I am a wonder amongst flowers. I am Driocta, who but I sets the cool head of flame with smoke. I am a spear that sings of blood. I am a salmon in a pool. I am a lure from Tirnanoch. I am a hill where poets walk. I am a boar, ruthless and red. I am a breaker threatening doom. I am a tide that drags to death. I am an infant. Who but I peeps from the unhuman dolmen arch? I am the womb of every holt. I am the blaze on every hill. I am the queen of every hive. I am the shield for every head, and I am the tomb of every hope. So, in the tradition of bardic lore, I wrote, we're the black bear. To share you who are also earth, with earth, so that earth knows us, knows we will remember. We are home, loam and fen. It's where our mother lynx dreams of wild green eyes and once unwounded water, where black bear father drinks deep above the river, yearning for later snow just in case, and cubs at mama's breast all sleeping, many now exiled. Not our choice, the reason unknown and unspoken. None of our families are forgotten, though. We hunt as spirit-haunted fog and daylight's soft deliverance among the rain-wet rook heights, not lost, not confused, but courageous enough not to turn away. Crags above the slag heap, looking, looming like old clergy down upon the bleeding, buried undead. To yearn and rage because we know we are wildness and not that stuff sickness. We never agreed to sheep where clan once dwelt in cottages of thatch and stone, now barren of forest, now dynamited into graveyards of rowan and elder, grouse and badger. Or the chainsaw deafening violation of 1,400 bodies of brother oak broken to adorn that church steeple? Destruction to the liking of some unknown and distracted god or other, not of land, sea and sky, but of cruelty and division, without mercy, to make a desert of garbage for our children to weep in, buried and unheard. Stone-hungry beasts buying tomorrow. We are the winding track between vast mountains, river and valley, rambling wolf howl, stag bellow, salmon leaping in free water deep within spruce forest, beyond mother graveyard yew and carved stone, still whispering of firelight and songs of memory, and blighted elm trying to comply with the seasons. We know the pain of thighs that are wounded by ivy and nettles, children, twined with holly red berry and kelp snarl, and scabby with wind snap, the peak above that cliff that keeps watch out for the harbour from Mother Orca. We are here, though, also, in the sleet-scoured, oyster-old, deep, dark, ancestral blue, remembering all the dead who flood this blood with living red. Kelp is wild with white, in winds that drown great ships like they are driftwood from the vast North Sea, mere flotsam. Shelky heads above the ebb, all huge eyes and silence. Human ancestors of the bowron and the fiddle, the accordion and the uilleann pipes, as though they are happy, as though the black lung didn't break them. And all the fathers since and still who bow their backs, but not their eyes, to a whip or a banishment, leaving us to cleave the messages to that otter lover in the sun-remembered gorse, gleaning meaning from the cloud we thought one day would lift us up to heaven, before we learned that this too was a lie, to mark a shroud of brutal pointless coffins with love songs, and a story telling of valour, with blades like runes, to show us that this is always home, that say, we too remember, beyond the self-absorbed, self-identifying others fool themselves that we are, invisible or catastrophic in our differences to their eyes, what they dare not see. Our fathers all died as men are apt to do from the wounds of other men, while those who stay are as bewildered as cattle that have lost their voices to a careless abattoir. Women in black dresses of mourning and feet no longer calloused from freedom. We still write our letters of calling to Moitura, to the Dublin post office in 1916, to the lads at the Somme, their ghosts, their stories unheard. So reach into your sludge and pull out gold from deep within the pit of ancestral loam. Oaks incalculable once turned to war, now bound in the hull of drowned ships, and we are them. A thread of linen picked, kept quiet in the nests of ravens. Shh. We are there. Stranded for a while within a bleaching, bright, unfamiliar day, until a piper summons bears to wake the salmon and drink at the honey, so that now, and until drenched in distant children, no one, not anyone, forgets